Okay, welcome back to Ms. Curtis's art class. Today we are going to make these really fun spooky eyes that are peeking through an old shed. So this is a perfect Halloween / fall spooky project. So what we're going to do first is we are going to make our frame and name. So I'm just simply going to make a straight line around the edge of my paper, holding my paper nice and tight and dragging my marker across. Remember, if you want to change up the style of your frame, you can. And your lines don't have to be perfect. As you can see, mine are not. And then at the bottom right, please write your first and last name. Okay, so like I said, the first thing that we're going to do is make our frame, but now we're going to start to design the barn first, and then we're going to make the eyeballs that are peeking through. So I'm going to start at the top right corner here, and I'm just going to make a line that comes across, and I'm just going to slightly curve it. I don't want it to look perfect because this old barn or shed has wood slats that are, you know, they're kind of falling apart, and we want them to look old. Okay, the next step is I'm going to make a line from the middle of the paper here up here to this line, and it's just going to slightly curve. Next, I'm going to make a line just a little below this one that's just going to go right across, and I'm going to curve it as it comes up, and we're going to leave this part for the eyeballs. So I'm going to start right here. I'm going to just slightly curve down, and then I'm going to curve up right over the other side of the frame. I'm going to make another line from this edge here that curves and comes down to the bottom right corner. And then a tiny line down here going up to this line. And we have room to make maybe one more line up in this corner, like another slat. All right, perfect. The next step I'm going to do is make the eyeballs. Now I want this eye to be peeking behind these wooden slats. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start right about here at this line, and I'm going to curve a circle. So take your time doing this, and I'm just going to simply draw this in to the best of my ability. And it's just going to come down like the letter C or a half circle, and then I can go back and kind of fix the line. And I'm going to stop it right at that slat right there. And then I want to continue it over here. So I'm just going to curve and come around right here. And since these are creepy eyeballs, they also don't have to be perfect. Inside of this, I'm going to make a circle. Okay. And then on the right side, I'm going to make a smaller eye. But again, I'm going to start on the left side here, and I'm going to curve this eye. I don't want it to touch the bottom or the top of this line right here. And I'm just going to slightly go past it and then come up and around. So just like so. And then a circle inside. All right. Now inside these eyeballs that are peeking through, I want to make little reflections in them. So I'm going to do a bean shape right here, and one tiny little circle here, another bean shape right here, and then a circle shape. We're going to leave those white, and we are going to color around them. So I'm asking now that you could actually use the black marker to color in just the inside of these eyeballs. Okay, so now that we've done that, I'm going to ask that you can make some details around the eyes. You can make some lines coming off. And again, I'm just kind of making them look not perfectly straight. And some might be a little longer than others. Just coming out just like this. This is a radial design. All right, now I am going to start to I'm gonna start to do some painting, but before we do that, we can also add some more designs, just kind of little lines and things around the edges here if you want, and just to make it look like a little bit more rugged. So I'm just gonna do a few fun designs onto this like wood structure. All right, so now we're going to start to add some paint. You can have fun coloring the eyes, painting them in however you want. This area we're going to paint black around the eyes. Be careful not to go over the eyes. And then in here we're going to do a very, very light brown and maybe even a touch of yellow on top, okay? So here I have my water cup and my watercolors. So I'll start with the first eye here being yellow and orange. So I'm gonna simply take my brush here in the water and I'm going to add 3 to 4 drops of water and swish it around to really get that paint going. You wanna keep adding water as you go. So I'm gonna swish, swish, swish. And then remember, we're gonna wash our brush really good in between. I'm gonna wipe the edge a little bit here so it doesn't get too crazy. Hold your paper nice and tight and just pull your brush. Since we use permanent marker, it's gonna go on really nicely and it's not going to make a mess of our lines that we drew. It's gonna go right over them. So I'm just going to paint the eyeball yellow and then I'm gonna add some orange on top. And since these are kind of fun little eyes, like a creature that might be hiding in this shed, you can make the eyes any color you really want. So take your time doing this and you can layer on top. So that means that I could, like I said, put a little orange or red on top of this color. If you want to layer colors, always think about how you should put a light color first and then you want to put something dark over top of it. If I were to do this eyeball red and then try to put yellow over top, I wouldn't really be able to see the yellow. So keep that in mind. Okay, so now I'm gonna switch my color. So I'm gonna rinse my brush really good. I'm going to hold the container and scrub the bristles at the bottom. And then I'm going to just wipe it on the edge very carefully so it doesn't tip over. And then I can press it down, and if it looks clear, you can move to the next color. So I am going to just do a tiny bit of orange here. So I'm gonna do 1, 2, 3, swish my brush. Wipe the edge really good. I don't want to have too much orange. And then I'm just gonna layer a little bit of orange here for fun throughout the eyeball. All right, so I'm going to speed this up and I am going to paint all the areas and I can't wait to see how yours comes out. Okay, so there you have it. So there's my painting of spooky eyes hidden behind a shed. So I can't wait to see how yours comes out. I can't wait to see what colors you pick, and I hope you enjoyed this lesson.